What's going on, everyone? This offseason is going to be a lot of fun, right? Rob Pelinka has a ton of options, ton of flexibility. You're already hearing countless reports about all kinds of things, right? They're looking at the 17th pick and looking to maybe move back and get maybe 2 first-round picks in exchange for that 17th pick. There's even talks about maybe looking at the Indiana Pacers and getting a Buddy Hield as well as like the 26th or 29th pick. For the 17th pick and like a Malik Beasley, something like that, which would be nice. That'd give the Lakers some nice flexibility. You still get to keep a first round pick, kind of upgrade Malik Beasley into a more consistent guy, and Buddy Hield. Plus, Buddy Hield has just kind of been a guy that the Lakers have tried to acquire on numerous occasions and has kind of almost feels like it's destined to be a Laker. But one of the big things that the Lakers are undoubtedly looking for and will continue to look for because it's the Lakers is that third star. And I know many people don't want a third star because they want the Lakers to keep flexibility. They want the Lakers to keep their assets and their youth and, keep a depth core intact, right? And at the end of the day, it's the Lakers. The Lakers love to big game chase. They love to star hunt. They love to go and get those guys. They've always been that organization. They've done that on several occasions, right? I mean, Steve Nash, Dwight Howard, Gary Payton, Karl Malone, even going and getting like a guy like Pau Gasol, stuff like that. And here's the thing. The Lakers can do that and still keep their flexibility and still keep their depth. It just depends on who that star is, right? Now, take a Kyrie Irving, right? Because he's the guy that's kind of been linked to the Lakers for the last year and then some, and very likely until he either re-signs with Dallas or goes elsewhere, or the Lakers basically take themselves out of the race. Kyrie's going to be linked to the Lakers. But here's the thing. Kyrie is the most unrealistic, in my opinion, at this point, superstar, because he does everything that everyone fears. If Kyrie comes to the Lakers, unless he just signs with the Lakers for like $15 million outright, because the Lakers could get to about $14-15 million in cap space without losing essentially their core guys. But even then, you'd still have to lose Beasley, Mo Bamba. Yes, that might not be a big loss, but those are 2 guys that you could use in a trade to maybe go get some other pieces. You'd have to let go of D'Angelo Russell. Yes, I know some people might look at that as like, again, not really anything lost. But again, an asset that you can use to maybe go get some other pieces. And he was really good in the regular season, which the Lakers are going to need over the course of the regular season, especially with LeBron and AD very likely missing 30-plus games over the course of the season. To have a guy like D'Lo that can provide some consistency, at least in the regular season, would be nice. But any type of sign and trade for Kyrie Irving would basically decimate your roster, and you're going to lose a lot. So Kyrie Irving is unrealistic, in my opinion, for the Lakers. And I just don't think Kyrie is going to take that massive of a discount in order to go play with the Lakers. I don't see that. He's had that opportunity before, and he didn't do it. So I don't see that being now. So a guy like Kyrie, absolutely, I agree. Doesn't make sense. Don't do that. And this is a guy that thought for a long time Kyrie was coming to the Lakers. But if you look at a guy like Bradley Beal, again, he's closer to Kyrie than he is some of the other guys, but he's still a guy that you could keep your depth. So you could go and trade for Bradley Beal and still keep Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, Jared Vanderbilt. You could even technically keep Malik Beasley and Mo Bamba if you wanted, and he probably wouldn't cost a lot. The reason I say he's closer to Kyrie is because his contract is just so inflated that, towards the end of his contract, he makes like $57 million a year. And this year he's making like 47 million, which basically with the new CBA would essentially hard cap the Lakers. And that becomes a real concern. The Lakers lose a lot of their flexibility going forward. Now, the reason I don't think getting a guy like Bradley Beal would be such an issue is because you'd only really have to deal with that for 1 year. Because after this year, a lot of guys fall off the books. LeBron James can also opt out. and sign a new contract, maybe for a lesser amount, so that way you can kind of keep the core intact, especially if the Lakers win the championship, right? Like, let's say the Lakers are able to win this year with the Bradley Beal. I think LeBron at that point would definitely, make that adjustment and say, okay, I will, let's restructure my contract so we can kind of make one more push and I can go for the sixth title. That is something that I could see him definitely consider and do, which at that point, then Bradley Beal's contract wouldn't be as much of a hindrance, and then you'd have that third star going forward. And that's another big reason why the Lakers want a third star. They want a third star because, one, LeBron James and Anthony Davis are only going to play so many games over the course of the season, and you only have LeBron for the next year, two tops, very likely. And at that point, you're kind of in a bind. So if you can get a star now, you play through all that. Hopefully you win a championship or two before LeBron leaves. Then LeBron leaves, and you're not just Anthony Davis and a bunch of role guys. You're Anthony Davis plus insert the other star plus those role guys, and you could probably still contend and compete for NBA championships, right? And you could even kind of retool and adjust the roster accordingly without LeBron James. So that's kind of the idea. But again, even Bradley Beal kind of is closer to the Kyrie thing because it doesn't ruin your current roster, but it could potentially ruin any future flexibility, which could be a concern. That's why a guy like DeMar DeRozan, I think, would be arguably the best and even the most realistic scenario. A guy like him, maybe even like a Trae Young, these mid-tier guys, I think make a lot of sense because especially with DeMar, his contract is very reasonable, right? He's making what a lot of mid-tier guys are making, and he's a guy that could be that third star, could be the guy post LeBron James as well with Anthony Davis, although he's getting up there in age, but still, he still probably has 3 to 5 years left of quality basketball from him just because of the way he plays the game. He's not so reliant on athleticism and stuff. He's a guy that just kind of operates in the mid-range. And you get a guy like DeMar DeRozan, you keep all of your flexibility because you could literally just swap Malik Beasley and Mo Bamba for DeMar DeRozan, and you still would have your taxpayer mid-level. You could still even get to cap space if you wanted to. And you could even get, if I'm not mistaken, to your full mid-level exception. So the Lakers would keep all of their flexibility this year, all of their flexibility in the future going forward. DeMar DeRozan's contract also lines up perfectly with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So you could have some new flexibility and stuff like that. Maybe DeMar at that point would take, $20 million a year instead of $25 million a year. He may even take a discount to go to Lakers, all of that stuff, right? Again, it boils down to what is that star, right? Now, if it's a star that is making, Bradley Beal money, you lose flexibility. If it's a star like Kyrie where you have to work out a sign and trade, well, now you lose very likely all of your depth. Those are the ones that would be on the closer to the no, don't do that type scale. Bradley Beal is kind of more it depends on what the price is, right? If you can get Bradley Beal for, D'Lo, Beasley, and, the 17th pick, it's kind of hard to say no to that, because Bradley Beal still is a very good player. But, it's still, his contract is a tough pill to swallow. But if you could get a guy like a DeMar DeRozan or one of these guys that are already locked in for multiple years, guys that are, guys that aren't $50 million a year over the course of the next 4 years, those kind of guys add a lot of flexibility to the Lakers and really put the Lakers in a quality position, right? Because again, you keep your flexibility now, you keep your flexibility going forward. It doesn't put you over that threshold for the new CBA, so you're not essentially hard capped, and it gives you the ability to contend for an NBA championship, try to win a chip or two now. That's why I think the Lakers are looking at that. That's why I think it makes sense for the Lakers. Now, obviously, if you can get several blue chip guys, if you could get a Buddy Hield and Miles Turner for what you could get for a DeMar DeRozan, that might actually make more sense, right? Because you're getting more bodies, you're getting more positions of need, like things like that, get more size. I think it just depends on what else is out there. But again, at the end of the day, it's the Lakers. And if the Lakers can go and get another star, guess what they're going to do? They're going to go and get another star. It's just who the Lakers are. It's what the Lakers do. It's what they've always done. And so expect the Lakers to try to go get that. Expect the Lakers to try to get that other star and try to round out their roster with 3 stars, which they can do. Again, it's not something that is far-fetched. It's not something that is unlikely or impossible. It just, again, depends on who that star is. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Are you all for them getting a 3rd star as long as, they keep the flexibility? Do you think, no, you got to keep, try to go get some more added depth, try to go get some positions of need, that kind of thing? I feel whatever your thoughts are. I'd love to hear it, so let me know down in the comments below.